Welcome back to Unholy Union. I'm going to say episode 8. A Crusader Kings 3 roleplay, supernatural, non-historical, whimsy focus. I like that. Speaking of whimsy focus, I'm thinking of declaring war on the Pope soon. So the tax gains that are coming out of here are real nice. City of Wonders is active. You can tell because of this purple border and the Burj. This is the Burj icon. They're burgeoning in Rome, which gives it, as you can see here, a little bit of a tax bonus and a bunch of other boosts. We're probably going to make our Sardinian capital a Burj as well, but you need something like 4,000 plus gold to make that happen. So it's pretty top tier choice that will take a while to pay itself back, but clearly the gains are huge. That said, Rome is a incredible hold. Now, we aren't going to get the other two provinces here, but just yanking this out from underneath of the Pope would completely cripple him. And as a reminder, we're not actually Catholic. We're Messalanian or something. Yeah. So, once the... Oh, that's right. So, in the in-between time between episodes, I did do a bunch of summoning more Marios back to me, and also my rebellious grandson? Originally, my son... Wow, great-grandson of the original Luigi the Mario. This guy is the Duke or Archon of Corsica and Mallorca. He was doing some bad stuff. I don't remember what crimes he was doing. Oh, he was a kinslayer. That's what it was. He was a kinslayer. And we don't stand for that here. So we're going to raise the armies and summon up some additional bannermen and go teach him a lesson. And that lesson is death to traitors, I guess. Cool, 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 cool. Did I successfully get a grain deal with my Sicilian son? The people approve of your Sicilian trade. Oh wow, they really do, don't they? Yeah, so I negotiated with my player Aaron's son, Harjjaravarman, and yeah, he was like, "Hey, dude, how do you think about this, that, and the next thing?" I don't know what iconoclast is, but we need you to become Catholic. You got a hook on me? I don't love that. I don't love that for sure. All right, let's see here. Gonna do a couple little marriages and such, just to keep all these lions alive. Oh, I may have also hired all of the genetically compatible, high-value women, I guess we'd call them nowadays, in the world of a certain age, mostly 22 to 25-year-olds. Commoner 22 to 25-year-olds who had unmarried status and congenital positive traits. Let's see here. There we go. Oh, well, I mean, if you don't want to matrilineally marry, I don't want none of it. guy's a good knight. Oh yeah, I sent out a thing to recruit new knights. Because we are... Our quality, our knights of quality are not as quality as one would hope. The time has come for me to depart upon my adventure, my king. My Shurveer Nabil bows as well as he can while weighed down by heavy bags. Before I leave, please tell me, is there anything specific you want me to keep my eye peeled for during my journey? We kind of just need everything, right? I trust your instincts to bring me something great. Alright, somebody else got an inspiration. You know what? Go for it, kid. Thank you for believing in me, my lord. My beneficiary, Sina, smiles nervously before tilting her head. However, I am not sure what to write about. Recently, I've been interested in topics related to intrigue. What do you think a good focus of the book will be? Oh, interesting. Which trait activates game detail? I want to do that simply because the witch is kicking in and we have so many witches. It doesn't sound like it's going to give a bonus to being a witch, but I want to leave that door open. Okay, here we got this guy, and then the fires of God. My lord, there are so many areas of intrigue worthy of attention, scheming, seduction, manipulation. I don't even know where to start. Focus on the topics. So I already had my previous wife, or maybe even this wife. I think it was my previous wife. Write about the seduction. So we're gonna have this guy just write about what. Oh, hey, what's up? What's up? Damn, that seems like a huge mistake to land a huge fucking army right next to me. Anyway. What's going on with this gathering time? Oh, we did get stack wiped. That is true of me. Majestic lions in the desert. This guy's gotta get his way through them. Oh, we got the poles. The poles are now... King of the poles is a witch. Generous king, let me express all my gratitude and bring you very good tidings. Firas exclaims while hurrying towards me. Hurrying or hurrying? I have been thoroughly enjoying the quarters you have assigned me here. They are so spacious so I can pace around while thinking, and my work is undisturbed at leisure. The view from the garden is breathtakingly inspiring, and the bed, oh, the bed is so comfortable I feel like I'm sleeping on a cloud. In fact, a heavenly inspiration to make your book even better just came to me while I was sleeping. Need to hurry back to work. Excellent. This offer peace shit. Peace. No peace. Oh yeah, we should be checking about good warriors and just hire all them real quick. Diogenes. Absolutely crazed. What a name. What a guy. Alright, let's get back to the war. Which also involves standing around waiting for our armies to finish gathering. I suppose. Here we go. My beneficiary Nabel has died. Well, unfortunate, but these things happen. Communal Sardinian Compendium of Poisons. 30% lifestyle intrigue game. Interesting. Well, if I was such a dastard, that would probably be pretty cool. And it looks like I just lost my seneschal. And several other positions that are of concern. Ah, Yoshi Mario, I remember naming you. There we go. This party's over. Okay, okay. Good friendships are always good to have. Monastery I ordered built is finished. The study, nature, and care of dogs. Interesting. Well, still need armor, regalia, and a crown. And then I might have earned myself a new artificier, maybe. Here we go. Archon Thoron, the spouse of my son and heir Harjjaravarman, has passed away. Well, we can get him remarried. My son, remarry this girl. They're losing, never mind. Why are all of these women raised? Who's this? High Chieftain of the Vikings. Interesting. I don't hate that. I don't hate Viking power on my side. Where is the Duchy of Somad? How do all these small ass places have such huge levy strength? Alright, married to Viking girl. Now, I've got a new daughter, Regalinde. We're gonna train her to be a diplomat. And then we're gonna marry her off for alliances as well. Because one day we have to take down the Pope. Now, we just married into that family, I think. Oh, here we go. Get the Serene Doge of Venice on our side. Sure. I think I would actually prefer a kind of old guy, so they'll die before the marriage is... official. People are hiring my knights left and right. There we go. Let's slow things down. Revoke as many of their titles as we can get our hands on. No. All right, we managed to improve the quality of our metalsmith right there. Okay. Ooh, we've got all his titles. Now we want to banish him into the world. We can't do that. Renounce claims. Convert. That's all we need. You need to get out of here. Leave. And never return. Okay, so we got those duchies of Majorca and Corsica. I was trying to remember the second island. Okay, so we need to have a loyal servant installed as our new Majorcan mayor. Who do I think is going to be the most loyal? I think probably the Mario line guy, the guy who's from our family. Okay. They like me a little more now that I'm not over on duchy titles. Triple check here. So Luigi Mario, my son, needs to be made a mayor. And look at that. We have a new mayor right here. I mean, look, it sucks doing this when he's 4 years old and putting him under pressure and all that shit. But on the other hand, you never know when you could die. And that should remove him. Excellent. And then we do still need to put a trusted courtier. I think I'd prefer it to still be a Mario if we could. This guy's already... So let's do somebody who doesn't have... Wow, this guy's really good. You're pretty good. You're a Mario and you're a married. But you're just not that good, is the thing. We need a good stewardly who is available and isn't already running something else. Here's the Marios. Vittori Mario, how about you? You're married. Your children are Marios. Sold. Look after my boy, Vittori. Make sure nothing happens to him. A Vittori. Okay. Yeah, I'd love to come help you, King of Poland, but when I did, you left me to suffer and die, so I guess go fuck yourself. I have over half the war contributions. On paper, you literally can't say I haven't given my all for you. On paper. In a manner of speaking. Tell me, have you ever heard the tragedy of Doth Plagueis the Wise? I thought not. It's not a story the Jedi would have told you. It's a Sith legend. Darth Plagueis was a dark lord of the Sith. So powerful and so wise that he could use the Force to influence the midichlorians to create life. I had such a knowledge of the... Okay, I'm done. I'm done. And we got that crown. It's not a very good crown, but when you got nothing, something is better. I don't hate this. So our local culture here is communal Sardinianism, so we don't need to do that. I would like to spread it everywhere it isn't. So that's pretty much everywhere else. I don't hate this. Let's make sure we're juiced up. And we've got the mercenaries. That solves a lot of problems, but not all of them. Ah, this tax store is super expensive. Well, this seems like if we went this way, we might avoid some of the disasters we're looking at. Really want us to get driven into disaster lands. It's just wild. Okay. Nope. Can't wait. My cousin-in-law had a little son whose name is Mario. First name Chandra, last name Gupta. Not Chandragupta. Looks like we got a loose kid here. Hey, kid. Become a swordswoman. Alright. So we're looking to pick up a lot of life experience here. And cash. We need the money. I find myself curious to see how the lowlifes of Aikyo live. So, I pay a visit to an establishment where the locals seem to be growing quite rowdy. One man stands atop a table, commanding the attention of everyone in earshot. What do we even need a judique for anyway? Vittorio fills us up with cheap hashish and expects us to keep quiet, yet he expects our undying loyalty. The entire building erupts into thumping and applause. Clearly, my judique is not as popular in his own home. Do not speak ill of the judique. Have at you. I won the fight. The judique Vittore has been quite the gracious host so far, showing me his lands and possessions with pride, so I'm immediately taken aback when he starts stammering and clearly trying to draw my attention away from an apparently unremarkable door we pass by. Are you hiding something from me, Vittore? I take advantage of his moment of stunned, shameful, guilty silence to push open the door, and I'm surprised by what I found, a deposit of food, gold pieces, and even general goods. It's only fair to share this with your king. We finally got a full acclaimed Knight's Corps. Once again. Let's just make sure we don't have any. Here we go, here we go. Ah, my parting demand. It's tribute, motherfucker. Fuck you, pay me. Let's see. Do I want to look in his back rooms for stuff? I don't think so. That would be a little strange. We're like family, but we're not the kind of family where I'd feel comfortable sorting through his business, which is no one. There's no level of family where you go sneaking around in somebody's home looking for their secret stuff. Valeria. Born to be a nun, or a learned woman, or a physician and a healer. I might have wanted to convert that kid away from being Orthodox, now that I think about it. Oh, we gotta take a trip on an ocean ship. The carpenters of Lokudoru have won fame and acclaim from elsewhere in the region. They are said to be particularly skilled in their craft, and some even travel from afar to study their techniques and methods. Ibiza? Ah, we're here in the streets of Ibiza. Off in a remote corner of the festival, I find an elaborately decorated tent. The materials and patterns are alien to me, so different from what I've seen back home. Its owner is stranger still, smiling at me, knowingly above clasped hands. Ah, King, I see much in your future. Come, give me a coin and I will tell all. That's more than one coin. That's quite a few coins. But very well, a coin you shall have. Magic man. In Ibiza, we hear rumors of a small Christian shrine that purportedly has healing properties. It is not a major site of pilgrimage, so there aren't many outside the region who know of it. However, this shrine does attract a constant stream of local visitors. Many here swear that worshipping God at the shrine has helped the ill recover from a number of ailments. My traveling companions and I debate whether it might be worth it to stop by the shrine and spend some time there to pray and make offerings to God. I think it's always a good idea to make offerings to God. The Horn God. Oh yeah, brother. That's what I assume the Horn God sounds like, a WWE wrestler. Oh yeah. You're a witch? Girl, we don't care around here. We want you to be a witch. Sound of flutes and drums is quickly accompanied by a group of dancing guests, all following the music with joyful movements and laughter. A couple sneaks away into the alleyway. Kids jump in a circle. A lonely man struggles to move his hips. I turn to my spouse, Queen Beatrice, and admire her gentle smile, clapping at the rhythm of the music. May I, sweet Beatrice? I could dance with somebody else's spouse, or I can be a shitlord. I'm just gonna be nice to my wife. I'm a lover and a fighter. Also, apparently I'm gonna take a pill in Ibiza. Give me that tribute. All the usual wonders and merriments of the cultural festival are going on around me, and it is as if I have been transported to another world. I am brought back to the earthly realm by the sight of some nefarious individuals shuffling around at the periphery of the crowd, sneaking behind a creaky wooden stage. I am overrun with curiosity, unable to see exactly what these cretins are up to. Then I see Harjjaravarman emerge backstage within an entourage of sordid sorts. Let's see here. I really shouldn't get involved in this. Now, my man, did you pay me? Or do you have the jailed tag? No, you're good. He paid me. He paid me. It is good for you to treat the man who made you an Archon well. The seas here are thick with Cisalpine traders going about their usual craft, carrying rare and exotic goods from one port to another. One such merchant ship holds an item within it that immediately takes my interest. The moment I saw the bejeweled, just bejeweled scriptures spam I see. Here we are. Let's get loud. Let's get loud. Money is coming in. Acrobats jump in colorful attires. One of them opens his mouth to catch a ball that another one throws, and the public erupts into cheers. The music soon follows. I've heard this song before, perhaps. Most of them sound too similar. Even from the dais, I can hear the peasants loudly singing along. And in the fields of woof, woof, woof. Oh, a dog shows up. Okay, I was thinking that was pretty weird. I could get a pet dog. Let's get a dog. I follow Arconessa Mariana as she shows me the way around the festival. And now, she announces as we enter the castle grounds, what I expect to be a pleasant surprise. I raise my eyebrows as we find a marvelous fountain all in white stone with a silver pipe and copiously running with clear wine. Some people gather around it, laughing and throwing coins into the well. Let us all drink together, my friends. The Polish would like me to join a fight. Okay. I will manage things from here. We're not raising any armies. Hold the door. Hold fast. Revelry, joy. As I enter Hunyan's main square, I see a group of figures dressed as priests, singing and dancing. In its center, a half-bishop, half-jester woman presiding over the crowd. Arconessa Mariana makes an appearance, clapping her hands in joy. Now listen, friends, as Agnes is now our bishop of fools, and her will is law, and her voice the voice of the Lord. What kind of sinful joy can we expect from her? I will lose religious standing, but we get the Feast of Fools. Here it is, the moment you've been waiting for. Here it is, the moment you'll be on all fours. The French and their fool feasts. Streets hanging with tapestries. Ah, the smell of freshly cooked hair. The way Hunyun shines during this time of year. After weeks of labor, the final day of the harvest is finally here, and teams are formed among the locals to try and gather the final patch of crops. Look at this, one of them brags as he heaves his scythe toward the field, cutting no more than anyone else. My lord, come celebrate with us, invites Arcanessa Mariana, signaling to the group dancing merrily by the harvest. Increase cultural acceptance or get hella drunk. Well, I want that cultural acceptance. Tribute time, my girl, tribute time. Now, is there good stuff from the Buta culture that we can take? Ooh, equal inheritance. Wait, hold on. What is gold dust traders? That's crazy. All right, hold on. Form the Trans-Saharan Merchant Network. Integrate Wangara merchant communities. So this is probably, you know, like a Northwest Africa thing. But it gives you travel range, safety and speed, and then diplomacy and stewardship lifestyle bonuses. This isn't the worst. Might be worth thinking about this in the future. All right. Desert warriors. Be a light cavalry. Saharan nomads gives you army movement speed, raiding. All this stuff is really great if you live in a desert, which we mostly don't. Rulers are less likely to demand conversion from their vassals. Interesting. Interesting. You have to respect the local ways of the peoples. We arrive in a small village in Mecheria to see quite a commotion in the town square. An unfortunate creature is surrounded by furious villagers. The bleak, hopeless look in her eyes fades and brightens as she notices my procession's approach. My king, these villagers say my actions have made a sinner of me, but it is all lies. Won't you give me the king's justice? True, the evidence is circumstantial, but a lowly peasant should never speak to their king unprompted. The evidence is frivolous. Let her go. Traveling through these sometimes harsh environments. Oh, yes, I'll just heal him myself. I used my powers, my kingly powers. Let's get started here. It's a Mario. Even with all the effort that has been put into this festival, I can still notice some abandoned houses and poor materials in Figuik. When I approach the main square, I see that Harjjaravarman has been surrounded by a group of kids eagerly asking about our entourage. They immediately hide the moment they see me. I've brought this from the capital, if anyone cares to see, I say, showing Harjjaravarman the morsel of St. David I brought with me. Magnificent, he says, as the kids come back to see it. In fact, you can keep it. You should look cool in front of the kids. My liege, I'm honored to have you here. Please accept this gift as commemoration of this cultural festival. Something that would remind us of this day for years to come. I gladly grabbed the coins, but it looks like he didn't know what to get me. However, he looks at me with anticipation. I believe he expects a gift back. Gold? How considerate. Look at that, I hear as I walk down the streets of Figuig. My courtier Tatiana is pointing at what appears to be an Allah's Smith's Guild. A smile quickly appears on her face, blissful. A group of apprentices are kneeled down in front of a workbench. The master supervises the craft of the lintel from the door, arms crossed, chin up. You'll need a bit more strength for that, son. Tatiana takes a step in their direction, completely mesmerized. We can invest in the merchants back home. Yeah. I'm honored by the gift. However, since I have to give something back, I could think of nothing more appropriate, so I don't look like a fool. I could order someone to fetch me the horned god. What the hell is this? Pretty good. We might as well just go ahead and give him the horned god. He gave me 15 gold, and now I gotta give him 110? Why am I losing 110 no matter what I do? Absolutely crazed. He is a witch, though, so he got that book. As I promenade around the festival, I notice a hooded figure selling flasks whose liquid cannot be sold. Come and buy my medicines, my lord, for they work miracles and balance the humors of even the weakest man. As I look at the flaskets, I observe that one of them shines vermilion, as if the finest cinnabar. The other is bright green, as if someone has coated copper plates in fresh wine. No thanks. Tribute, give me money. He gave me 50 after I gave him 110. And my precious book. I mean, it's not super precious, but it was like medium. I liked having it. More than I liked not having it. The music in the main stage is promptly followed by dancers. The beauty of their movements make them look a part of the stage. They throw their hands in the air and wave them like they just don't care. A gasp comes from the audience when one of the dancers starts climbing the wooden wall of the stage. And now, I shall take my revenge from... As the performer falls to the ground, the silence of the crowd lets everyone hear the clear crack. Bring a physician! I'm approached by Walid Murrah, holding shiny mail. My liege, I'm honored to have you here with me. Please accept this gift as commemoration of this cultural festival, something that would remind us of this day for years to come. Exquisite gift, I love it. Yes, because... Oh, I put it on immediately. Why not? I will give him gold. I will give him my Mario brooch or my worn language. I shall give my personal worn language manual. Yes. This book has helped me learn almost no languages. A local peasant has set up stalls with vegetables and occasionally, rarely, venison. As I continue my walk, accompanied by a decent amount of courtiers, I see a familiar face among them, his eyes locked onto mine. My lord, you helped me in times of need when I got injured during the performance. It is my turn to repay you with what I have, and this is all of it. I did what I had to do. No more, sir. It is a godly thing. It is a most Christian thing. I will stay awake for your little festival, because at the end of it, I'm gonna get paid. Oh, this guy got booted out of his lands. He doesn't have any troops. We got use from him when we needed him. I can see a cultural parade, or I can learn a thing or two. Oh, and we can get more booters. Booter comboing. So, you know, I did not take a look at equal inheritance. Would be nice to have. I don't know that Stoic's any better than what we've already got, but let's talk about... Yeah, they don't have any early medieval attributes. Do they have anything cool down here? They have Connaughts. In the Middle East and North Africa, there's a special network of canals and underground aqueducts designed to bring water to where it is needed most. Known as kanats, fugaras, karizes, and so on, these engineering feats have been around since the days of the ancient Persians. Development growth plus 5%. War camels. So there's a non-zero reason to actually culturally accept and hybridize with these people for those kanats. Also, it would help bring our two communities together, right? It would be easy for them. Oh, yeah, it would convert as a lot of their colonies to our counties, sorry. Would convert a lot of their counties to whatever the new culture is, which will surely advance them quite a bit. And it could give us, like, I know 5% culture doesn't sound like a lot, but in the long span of the game, an extra 5% is pretty significant. Will snowball out of control. You know, some people like balling, other people like snowballing. Well, that's a horrible joke. Traveling through the rugged terrain of Al-Ubad, a challenge arises as the ground cracks and crumbles. My courtier Berengar and my courtier Simplicio begin to argue about the best approach to traverse the treacherous trail. Listen to me. You need to work together. Ah, these cultural festivals. Love them so much. I cannot believe my eyes as Ganapativarman begins gesturing towards Angelina in what is considered a highly offensive gesture in Communalist Sardinians culture. The Judessa Angelina of Ashir shouts and calls Ganapativarman explicit names while her men hold her back. It seems like she's not going to calm down her own. I have to do something to ease the tension. Hold on. It's just a misunderstanding. Or I can berate him. I think it is just a misunderstanding. And we convinced her. Before it got too loud. Alright, my cousin-in-law had a little Mario. A Luigi Mario. Hey, we got a new Luigi Mario here. It's the second son. He's gonna be, you know, he's gonna be a steward. But he's just straight up Kamrupi. Interesting. What life path must you have taken to be Kamrupi in culture? Tribute, my girl, tribute. I must give you... Oh, I have a regalia. And now they want me to give it to her? I don't think so. What else do we have? My crown? Just the gold. Just gold is fine. In the dead of night in our camp near Medea, I step out. What is that sound? My shoreveer Diogenes is moving stealthily towards my acquaintance Sophia, who's asleep near a cliff's edge. With a swift shove, Diogenes sends Sophia bludgeoning. Guards! Guards! Arrest him. I have more prisoners than I know what to do with. Let's see here. Okay, that's fine. And for you, my good friend, banishment. Leave my realm and never return. That's the guy who murdered Sophia on our world tour here, on our southwestern Mediterranean tour. Nope, we're not going to go to the ship. That would be crazy. We paid about 1,000 for this. We got a tax refund from the Pope for about 600, and we've ended up with 2,500. So, you know, tax tour really paid for itself. We almost doubled our money. Not including, of course, all of the monthly payments we got along the way. It's still, you easily make the money back and plenty of other good things happen. Assumably good things happen. The reason to get mercenaries, because they skip certain events and just beat the hell out of bad people. The Polish guy is dead. Okay, I get the Magnificent Liege tag for 20% tax increase. Fantastic. And chase these raiders down and kill them. Okay, Grand Rite is available again. We might host a tournament now that I'm thinking about it. It's not a bad time to do some tournamenting. The other thing I'd like to do is get cultural acceptance with the Italians and get their Republican legacy eventually. That's one way to get around the cost of prestige, is to just get rolled up into it. Cool. I'll learn another learning. That gets me ahead. Excellent. Now I'm very close to getting the perks that I need to extend my life just a little bit more. You know, I have not been getting very many legend seeds. Did I mess up somewhere? We are searching for legends, right? And his name is John Cena. Did that say that guy's going to India? Well, that's certainly a choice. Sure. Fire of God. Okay. Now we host... No, go away, Bishop of Fools. Stop trying to romance me. You're married. That's the true foolishness. Oh, wait a second. A university visit. Now, where's the closest university? This could be big. It's Rome. Yeah, absolutely. We gonna go here. No mercenary guards. Don't need them. Yeah, for sure. So that will increase my Midas touched up a little bit more. I mean, it's a little late in life to be doing this, but it's always a good event to try, especially if we're going to try to live a couple more years. Come, darling, let us leave it to the experts. Now, you can just get drunk at university and lose a bunch of stress, but that ain't me. That ain't me. People from all over the gnome world gather in universities and religious centers to gain and share knowledge, but this is made possible only by the shared common knowledge of a common language, usually some ancient language of liturgy loaded with traditional authority. Unfortunately, I'm not very familiar with the language of culture spoken in Aroma, which is making my studies much harder than they need to be. It's not an easy endeavor, but isn't this what higher education's all about? So we can hit the books to learn Latin and gain a bunch of stress. We can try to convince the masters to teach me. Did that work? I learned the Latin language. Fantastic. Now hold on, because it sounds like my court lost somebody here. I'm going to have one person in each category. Students, we have an esteemed speaker joining us today. Let us welcome Azo, the utmost authority on Catholic doctrine in Aroma. Greetings, Azo starts solemnly while taking a bite of an apple. Today, we will be exploring collecting rare manuscripts and how it connects to the nature of God. What? That's heretical thought. We can get absolutely crushed by his facts and logic, or we can get much more successful. Alarming news from Tortielli. A group of bandits has been going around posing as my soldiers to take people's money and possession. The odd thing is, they don't use the usual cruel intimidation methods one would expect from a typical bandit. Instead, they pretend to be agents sent on important missions to secure peace in the region, but need aid from the locals. Targeting the elderly, gullible, and moronic, they con them of their wealth without much coercion. Their operations went undetected for some time, because they did not usually physically harm others, and some of their victims were too embarrassed to admit what happened. Brutes are not. They are still criminals. Arrest them. Or I can get Gallery of Rogues. No, arrest them. Must resist these impulses. A most curious discovery recently came to my attention in Kadura. Scouts serving in the local garrison while on a routine patrol got lost and in their wanderings discovered a burnt-down tower in the wilderness. There was little indication of when it was built and when it was last inhabited, but the basic structure is relatively intact. The only other thing of note in that spot were 2 trees by the tower and a small, rotting wooden chest with nothing inside. In the report I received, the local guard captain suggested we could renovate the tower to turn it into a watch post to assist with maintaining control of the region. Splendid idea. Oh, we have our replacement for the Fire of God. Fantastico. These are when 2 commoners don't get to join the university. So I can teach them how to read, and I will, and I'll spend money to do it. I bump into a very grave-looking Sina. Right, she needs inspiration, and I will use my witch powers to make it happen. And it didn't happen. But I did use my witch powers. Uh-oh. Bonafizio will surely support me. My confidant. It might be time to talk to my jester. Oh, I'm away from home, so I probably can't talk to my jester. Shit. Man, this university visit is causing me some problems. Teaching at Aroma. takes place in the most part in oral form, and the students are encouraged to exercise their rhetorical prowess and to show the progress of their learning in debates in front of their peers and teachers. Today, Atso asked me and Theoctiste to take opposing sides on the topic of what planet should be considered the most important to discuss it out. Obviously, this one. The planet we're on is the most important, followed by Jupiter. Let me begin from the scriptures. As everyone knows, Aroma is often home to fervent debates among the teachers and students alike. After a particularly enlightening lecture from our teacher Vittore, I find myself dragged into one such debate with another student, Ionikios. No, you're making no sense. You're completely misrepresenting the philosopher's point, I scream. And you are completely delusional. But, as the master said... Yeah, we're healthy now. We got that health boost. Did it pull us out of a nosedive? No? Okay, we're going to try a new strat where we also take medicine focus for the small health boost. Pulled us out of the nosedive. Got a little bit more time to mess around. Let's get loud. Universities and centers of higher education are always bustling hives of socialization. In these hollowed halls, students are all peers, all apprentices along the road to knowledge, which is why it can be helpful to make friends and feel part of the community. These, at least, are my first thoughts when Theoctiste approaches me, the smell of wine on her breath. Join me and my friends, Harjjaravarman. Prove to us the might of a king by downing more cups than anyone else, and we shall consider you one of us. I did it, and they do like me. I'm an old king, and you don't get to be an old king without having drunk a lot of alcohol. Alright. My artificier overwatches my collection. Excellent to have. Let's see here. This has been such an amazing experience. When I left, I couldn't even imagine the number of wise men that study at Aroma, the depth of their thinking and the breadth of their research, blah, 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 blah. Now, Azzo is 38 years old and he can join us. And I think we will take him with us. And we got a book, Herbs and Other Potent Plants. And it gives a health boost, which is exactly what we need right now. Staying alive, staying alive. Towing the line, towing the line. But did I get level 5? No, I didn't. That's unfortunate. Oh well. I had a good time. Now I need to de-stress though. It's actually pretty crazy. Okay, my adventurer, we're just going to pay a bunch of gold and get him out of trouble. And then ask the... Oh my god, they call him the witch? Brutal, dude. Absolutely brutal. Ah, they have a bunch of troops now. The Pope earlier was out of money and was low on troops. That would have been the time to strike, would be the beginning of the episode. But here we are. And I think it's fair to say that we're at the end of this episode. We are at the end indeed. So just so I don't forget, the thing to do might be to summon up a grand tournament. Well, I should de-stress first, right? Because you can get stress at the tournament. Maybe I can get away with this. I'll give it a shot. Let's do things I'm good at. Board game and recital. Absolutely unhinged choices overall. But I want to win. And there it is. I don't qualify? What is this horse shit? Isn't there a train for tournament? Oh, I'm at the tournament, so I can't do that. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense to me. If only I'd thought it through for about 5 seconds, I would have realized my mistake here. Well, that's just fine. Let's see. This is gaining. We get a gain even while we're not doing anything, which is good. So down the line, we can go ahead and stop with these people, collaborate, and maybe even listen and get equal inheritance. It does mean that when I have a bunch of children, I will need to make sure they all become mayors, but we've done it before and we can do it again. What's going on over here, you shitlords? Are you guys internally battling with each other again like lunatics? Yeah. Well, I don't like it when these titles flip, especially if they flip out of the control of a Mario. That's a problem for me, so we might need to look back into this in a couple of days. What's the question for you all, audience? What's the question indeed? I think that we're starting to get quite a few dynasty points, so the question might be, now obviously these are all pre-recorded. I mean, it could be 2 or 3 months before this comes out. But I'm interested where you think I'm going to go next after I take righteousness. What new line am I going to open here underneath all these bad boys? I mean, there's so many interesting choices to get some or even all the way to the end of. Life expectancy +5, fantastic. All of the more fertility and better education, and then all the way up to here. And then somewhere up here, there's the unlocks level 5 education traits, right? That's pretty wild. I don't remember which one that is. But what do you think I'm going to do? Can you predict my actions? My crazed, unhinged actions? Oh man, actually, domain limit. You know what? Domain limit +1 sounds really good. I'm gonna be honest. Given the huge penalty we get for being peasant leaders. Oh, here we go. So no, that's congenital trait. That's not the extra. I thought there was a thing. All right, that might have just been from the Game of Thrones mod. Hard to keep it all sorted now.